The revolution is here. Oh yes. In 2024, we saw the wave of protests. We saw what happened in Kenya. We saw what happened in Ghana. Ghana have their own president now. They don't have what they wanted. Now, Kenyans were not able to push away William Ruto's. Check my videos, you will see all the update from Kenya back in 2024. Now, let's talk about Madagascar and Morocco. Madagascar is having a serious protest 5 days on the go, the same as Morocco. So let's look at what the news is saying concerning Madagascar. Madagascar president dissolved government following deadly protests. These protests have lasted for 5 good days, and the president of Madagascar, Andril, said on Monday that he had sacked the government following deadly protests against the repeated water and electricity outrage across the Indian Ocean nation. That's according to Punch newspaper. Now listen, in Nigeria, we no get lights for complete 2.5 years of Tinubu's government. You see any protests? No. In Madagascar, a small country is protesting because the government could not continue to provide them water and lights. 2 essentials. The government in Nigeria, who give you provide water for you? You provide your water for yourself. Even at that, you pay government for providing water for yourself. You still pay government in Nigeria. Okay, let's go. In Morocco, the Moroccan government is to co-host the 2030, to host 2031 or something, World Cup. To the news, they say 2 people have been killed when police officers opened fire on a group of people attempting to storm a police station. The Moroccan authority also arrested more than 400 people during protests demanding reform in the public health and educational sector, the Minister of Interior said on Wednesday. A 5th night of youth protests were held in cities across the North African country, but authorities said that the 4th night had turned more violence than before. They reported that 263 members of the security forces and 23 civilians were injured as demonstrators destroyed cars and, they go loot shop. The demonstration have been organized online by a newly formed unanimous youth group calling itself Gen Z 212. Yes, see this university? Like Gen Z 212. Using platforms including TikTok, Instagram, and gaming decoders. Now, you see, this is the reason why many of those leaders across the world are calling for ban on social media. See, especially TikTok. Youths, look at what happened in Nepal. They used TikTok, Instagram, to mobilize themselves, and they went out to protest. And they were successful in their protest by removing the government and installed another. Now, in the case of Madagascar, Madagascar's own, they are protesting because there is no water and there is no lights. Now, they said the government could not provide water for them, and they could not give them lights. They keep on cutting lights and water every 2 AK market day. So they went ahead to protest. After day 1, 2, 3, now the government went ahead the president went ahead to dissolve the government. And after dissolving the government, protests still continue. He apologized to the people, but the people are now saying that the president must now resign. You see, there have been a lot of issues in Madagascar. If you don't know, let me take you down the memory lane. The current president of Madagascar happens to be born on the 30th of May 1974, and he formed a political party. He is a French and businessman. He formed a political party. Called Young Madagascar Determined, and was elected a mayor in 2007. While in that position, he went and moved against the president that time in 2009 during the political crisis. He was appointed by the military as a transitional president. He was then in office from 2010 until 2013. Yes, he had the presidency until 2013 general election. He stepped down in 2014. He now went ahead to win the presidential election in 2018 and was inaugurated president of Madagascar 19 January 2019. He made a lot of misinformation. He went ahead to do a lot of things that didn't make sense during the COVID-19, and in 2023 he still contested and won the election in 2023. So now, if you listen carefully, now you will understand the reason why the people are now demanding for his resignation. Remember, this person has been there in the scene of politics since 2007. He formed a political party. He moved all the abracadabra, political gingy in 2009. And during the political crisis, he became an appointee by the military to help the state. Now, he also dissolved the government at that time. Now, he has done the same thing now that he has been elected as a president in 2023. He is dissolving government now because there is a protest. And he is promising and that they will form a new government, new application for premier. When they receive in 3 days' time, they will form a new government and everything will go back to normal. But the people are saying, no, enough is enough. Leave that office. We don't want you again. The reason is because his level of corruption, his level of misgovernance has been building. And the people of Madagascar have been saying it. You understand? So when it comes to this issue of electricity and water supply, which they couldn't get, it triggered them. It looked like they have been pushed to the wall. And they cannot break the wall like Nigerians and keep on running. They now turn and face their monster. And they are now saying, you must resign. Back to the issue of Morocco. In the case of Morocco, the Moroccan people are saying that, how can you be hosting World Cup, be spending billions of dollars to host World Cup, whereas the educational sector in Morocco is going down the drain, the health sector is nothing to write home about, but you want to host World Cup. What is the economic benefit of the World Cup to the Moroccans? That is the question the Moroccan people are asking. And for that reason, they are protesting and saying, if you can spend so much money to host the whole world in Morocco, you can as well spend that money in education and in healthcare. If you look at in sports, for those of you who watch football, you discover that the last World Cup, you look at Morocco, they performed very well, went all the way to the semi-finals, right? And if you look at the Moroccan football, they have been able to do a lot of reform and they are doing well. So them hosting World Cup is a good thing for them. South Africa hosted World Cup. How far? What happened? Right? Okay, will the World Cup bring more revenue to the states? Oh yes, indirect and direct jobs will be there. But the thing here is this: if you want to do this, also make sure that you are showing working in other sectors. Not that you are not showing working in education, you are not showing working in health sector, which touches every life, and then you want to go and host World Cup. In as much as it will generate some level of direct and indirect employment, how long will that employment last? It's just for a short period of time. Some people will just get that job done between 1 month or less than a month, and it's over. So what is it? But when you give them education, it's a lifetime something. When you create a good health environment, it's a lifetime something. And this is something that African leaders and leaders all over the globe and third world country should look at carefully. Because I don't see any reason why you should continue to, spend billions of dollars in things that doesn't really matter. Okay, let's come to Nigeria. The president of Nigeria flew all the way from Abuja to Imo State during the week. And he went to commission flyovers. And some international conference centers were also dedicated in Borno everywhere. as well as Imo State. Now, what is the economic importance of those things? When you are building flyovers, it's good, it's a good development. Yes, building flyovers is a good development. But ask yourself one question. Are there traffic in that place? If there is no traffic, why are you building flyover? Like my governor always is doing that in Benue. Like I've always been saying this thing. Yeah, I don't know the reason why he's building some flyover underpass and never pass or whatever pass. It's not necessary because there's no traffic there. He said want to give the state a facelift. First, what will lift? Lift to where? When the people are suffering. Look at the reports coming out. The IDP camp in Benue State, they are displaced in IDP camp. People are displaced to IDP camp and still displaced in IDP camp. They can't sleep, snake bites, they don't even have food to eat. Can you imagine? So you are supposed to protect life and property. Make sure that you came into office, those who are in IDP camps are able to return back to their community. That should be your number one priority. But then, more people are going to IDP camps. They are using this to make money. So when you look at all of this and you spend money to go and build bridges that people don't even have money to buy cars to drive on. If you say you want to tow that flyover, that bridge, who want to pass there now? Who is going to pass there when the people doesn't have money? They don't have cars. They will come and be constructing 170 kilometer road that nobody will follow. I said in one of my previous videos that as a governor, as a president, number one thing, make sure that every federal road is being rehabilitated. The ones that are bad, reconstruct them. And before you go and be doing new roads, look at the existing one first. And state governors connect all the local governments, major roads, not in the state capital. Go to rural, all the local government roads should cut across all of them. Then go and renovate all the primary and secondary school plus the university. Renovate them. Don't go and build new ones. Renovate them. Bring them to standard and pay teachers their salary. Pay them their allowances. When you do that, you give them money. You give them empowerment. Build skill acquisition center, not in the state capital, across all the local governments. If it is at the headquarters, build it across all. Like my state now, 23 local government. Build it at the 23 local government headquarters. Let people come from rural areas. Now, remind you, you've considered road across. Road network is not a problem. Now, more people will go into transportation business. More people will, more farm products will be brought from the rural areas to the city. And, you know, the government should look at how they should do a train that should move from Maiduguri to Enugu to Port Harcourt to Lagos. When food can move from Benue through train all the way to the north, to the south, to the east. Not this one that they will carry food and be following road before they reach. Rain don't fall, don't beat everything, don't scatter up. You see, so when you do some of those projects, you discover that it touches everybody. Nobody will complain when you want to come and host World Cup or wrestling, or you want to come and hold boxing. Nobody will complain. This is a problem. But Nigerian leaders, African leaders, third world country leaders, they don't think. All they think and reason is stomach infrastructure. How they can embezzle money. Because you know, the more you work, the more you are able to steal money. But they don't know that. Yes. This is corruption 101. From investigation, check through the history. Most of the people who are called Mr. Infrastructure, check EFCC case. Check very well. They may not be able to go after them because they will say they show working. But if they tell you how many billions they spend in that project, and in reality, if you check in reality, you will understand that they spend half of that money in building that thing, which is bad. It's very, very bad. Like now, the Tinubu International Conference Center now, they spend 30 billion. Oh, Jesus is Lord. And he wants to keep people inside. So me, see. So that is just it. For the country, third world countries to move ahead, the best thing to do is to build projects, not drainages. Inspecting drainages, something that local government chairman, councillors should be doing. Governor of Edo State is inspecting drainage. Shame on you. Woo! Shame on you. You should not be inspecting such. These are works that councillors should be doing, not you. You should be doing roads, building schools, building primary health care across the states. buying ambulances everywhere for emergency, making sure that there is security cut across the whole state. That is your responsibility. Making sure that there is security, making sure that you're able to generate power, making sure that your state is secure, there is road network, and then you are able to, bring investors, whether an African investor, Nigerian investor, or foreign investor, bring them to your state, cut deals. Come to my states. You look at Pengasun is making noise with Dangote, go and tell people to come and invest in your states. Come and invest. I will give you 100,000 hectares of land. But you're going to come and build a factory here that will produce yam flour, produce tomato paste, produce all manner of things in my state. You're going to produce that in my state. There is no road network. Not that you come and produce, finish, no road to carry the products to the market. Come and produce this thing, employ my people. You're going to employ my people. 50% or 60% of my people will be employed. Out of the number of people in your board or whatever, in your technical group, 10% have to be there. And you have to make it also that there should not be any kind of sabotage. Anybody that will sabotage this company, the person will go to prison. 2 years of hard labor. Yes, make it a law in your states. And then you come back again. Now what do? Look at the tax. You look at how you reduce the tax for this company to flourish. Now, you've secured employment, you've secured development, and what else? No, tell me. This thing is not rocket science. Someone will sit at the comment section and be telling me that it's easier said than done. No, sir. It is willingness. It is willingness. Imagine somebody taking 1 billion naira, stealing 1 billion. Do you know how many millions are in 1 billion? Somebody stealing 1 billion. Not just 1 billion, though. If you check, you steal another billion again. Only one person is stealing 1 billion. Just think about it. What are you using this money? How do you sleep at night? Then you have 1 billion naira stuck in one house or in your bank. How do you even sleep? How do you sleep? See, Morocco people, you should not stop. Continue. Madagascar, continue. I'm in prayers. My prayers are with you. I'll send my prayers through email. No violence, no destructions of government properties, because it is your property. If you destroy it, they will tell you that they use $1 million to renovate it too. So do not destroy. And government, police. Now, Madagascar are protesting for water and electricity. Police, now they go shoot them. You get water for your house. I mean, you get lights. Morocco people, now they go shoot Protestants. Okay, tell me, is your school and healthcare? Do you have healthcare? Moroccan police, do you have healthcare? That's the problem. I won't talk about Nigeria because Nigeria, all these people, they are zombie. Tell them they don't eat from home. They will still carry gun and go and shoot people. They are zombies. They don't have sense. You will see a police officer that the wife is heavily pregnant. And he doesn't have money to take the wife to the hospital to go and put to bed. They don't have food in their house. The same man, a politician will tell him, you see that guy in this shouting there, go and shoot him. He will go and shoot the person. And the person is talking about the same thing that he's lacking in. It's not be zombie be that. Zombie. That was what I just call him fella said that. Zombie, zombie, zombie. You remember that song? So Nigeria celebrated 65 years of changing of colonialism from the white to black, right? It was a change of colonialism, and they celebrated their colonial masters yesterday in Abuja and across the whole country. So if you are in the comment section, let me know your take about the Madagascar protests, the Moroccan protests, and the revolution that is inevitable in Africa. I believe that this will position Africa in the nearest future if those who leverage on this to get into power do the right thing and put Africa on the map of the world. Not going there to UN to go and be begging for loans and still be asking for permanent seat at the Security Council. Thank you for watching.